What up? Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday night. A lot of things going on. A lot of things going on. Today, in particular, if you haven't heard, uh, Israel just started bombing Iran. That's what's going on right now. And Iran has already retaliated, and they're trying to bomb Israel now. All this is breaking news. I don't think this started not even 2 hours ago, roughly, give or take. By the time news travels, right? Um, so it's going to get ugly. I'll tell you what, though. Tonight would be a good time to go fill your gas tank while the prices are relatively low. I think over here, right, in Brownsville, I saw $2.43. I think. Don't freak out. You get up tomorrow morning. You're on your way to work. You got to put gas in. It's already at $3 a gallon. Ice water. What else? Yeah, and not to mention, I don't know. Everybody was talking about it. It's annoying. It's annoying to talk about. But at the same time, it needs to be talked about. These freaking riots in Los Angeles. And they're protesting in Chicago. They protested in Austin and Dallas. Protesting is fine. Whatever. Protest all you want. But there's a serious problem, and it's not grassroots protesting when you're burning shit, lighting cars on fire, destroying property, throwing bricks and concrete blocks at police cars. It's like, come on. And the problem is, and we talked about this already, you have a few that are paid activists. They come and they start this mess. And then you got, Joe Blow from the neighborhood. He's like, hey, there's a bunch of people over there throwing rocks. Why don't we go too? And then everybody goes and everybody starts throwing rocks. Everybody gets all bold. Like, oh, they can't arrest all of us. And people get stupid. I mean, stupid. I don't even really know if they know what the hell they're protesting. Your paid protesters, obviously they know. But even their intentions are shady. But everybody else, driving around and waving that Mexican flag. And then you got to ask yourself, what if there was a draft? And yeah, they scooped up a whole bunch of young people between 18 and whatever, 28. Or if you want to join, you volunteer. And you sign up, you go to the Marines, you go to the Army, you go to the Navy, you go to the Air Force, whatever. And let's say we get into a war with Mexico. So you're on the United States military forces. Am I going to have to question, if I'm the guy next to you, is your allegiance with Mexico or with the United States? It's funny. People come here and they have such a problem with Mexico, and then they come here and they use up all the benefits that some Americans, citizens, can't even get. But they'll get $2,000 or $3,000 in SNAP benefits. They'll get cash, $5,000 to $8,000 cash a month. They will get vouchers for housing. I mean, over and above. And and these are things that American citizens that are having a hard time can't get. So we provide this to anybody who just comes on over. Doesn't matter how they come over. And we give them these benefits. And I'll be honest, they know that they are in the wrong sneaking in here. They know the risk that they can get caught and deported, or if they can get caught. If they're lucky enough to hide out for 20 or 30 years, 20 or 30 years later, they can still get caught and deported. And they know this risk. But they come anyway. That's why those people that are protesting are not the immigrants. Although some of them are out there, yes. Some of them got arrested. They're being charged with attempted murder for having an explosive device and throwing these Molotovs or whatever it is at law enforcement. And some of them are. Yeah, they are. But I don't think the most of them are. I think the most of them, deep down inside, are like, oh man, damn it. I knew it was going to happen one day, but I didn't think it was going to be this fast. Chihuahuas. That's what's going on in their heads. At least that's what I believe. Then you got these boneheads, paid protesters. They're the ones throwing bricks and shutting down the freeways and setting cars on fire. And it's like, dude, that we had enough problems already with our own citizens here. Why are you adding to the problem? And I'll say this. Let's keep some of the immigrants here and get rid of some of these American citizens that are stupid idiots. How do you like them apples? Yeah, I said it. You got a bunch of ungrateful, freeloading American citizens. And it's the same thing. It's identity politics. It's like, nobody's asking for your support in your protests. We know you don't care about this. Go fight with Greta or whatever, and climate change. That's your thing. The environment. Go do that. Go try to save turtles and buffaloes and all that stuff. These people don't care about, for real, citizens, for immigrants. They don't care about immigrants. They don't care about that issue. It's strictly political. It's strictly hate Trump. Anything Trump, do the opposite. It's like, yeah, you gotta freaking get over it, people. Get over it. Welcome everybody who's in here right now. Listen, and I'm not going to keep on and on and on with this protest thing because it's not over yet. So a judge ruled that Trump President Trump cannot have control over the National Guard. He's got to give control back to Newsom. So let's see what Newsom's going to do, if anything. And then you got people that are putting videos of a lot of white people having a picnic, and they're like, "Oh, this is Los Angeles," and they're showing it, taking a camera, and everybody's sitting down having picnics, playing racquetball or ping pong, whatever, and having a great old time. They're like, "This is LA. I don't know what he's talking about. LA's burning down." And that's because these protests are happening in certain areas near federal buildings, not all over Los Angeles. They're strategic. That's their purpose. So it's very possible you go to a park, 5 miles away, and you don't know what's going on over there. So now they're putting videos out. Oh, look, peace, look, where's the fighting? Everybody's here having a picnic and stroking each other. Where's the riots? Well, dumbass, the riots are 5 miles away and you're far from it. So, quit pretending that nothing is going on. They're just being ignorant to it all. Enough of that. Real quick, we do got the VT Chronicles coming up. She went live last night. We'll talk about that in a minute. India, airplane crash. And something like 242 dead. One guy survived. How? Who knows? That's a friggin' miracle to survive that kind of a plane crash. There are people missing on the ground because they crashed into a neighborhood. You saw the video I posted. It's on my page at Manny Behind the Mic on Facebook. And surveillance camera caught the airplanes taking off. Like the rear view. You can see the back of the airplane. And it gets to a certain height. They say about 600 feet, and it just couldn't climb anymore. And they still had the landing gear down, extended. So I think they were trying to somehow land. I don't know if they had control of hydraulics because they didn't turn or anything. He just kept going straight and then just kind of like looked like he was trying to land somewhere. But where he hit, it was a neighborhood. There was no runway, no highway or freeway or expressway, whatever you want to call it. So very sad situation over there. Now I'll find out what the hell happened. The NTSB is going to be assisting India in with that problem. So that sucks. Let's see, something else. What else did I want to hit? Let's see, the Revolutionary Guard. Okay, according to Iran, they killed the Israeli Revolutionary Guard chief. Don't know if that's true. Could be just propaganda. We'll find out. Man, I don't know. I might do some footage of that tonight if it's still going on. But there's a lot of explosions. It's war. It's war. So we'll see how that goes tonight. I'm watching some video of these big ass explosions, and it's nasty. Anyway, so last night I go to bed at a decent hour. What happened here? Hang on. Oh, it's over. Okay. Cubs win. So our little friend comes out of her hole and goes live. Not that it's important, but everybody was wondering. You were wondering, how long is this going to last? How long is she going to hide for? Is she going to come out from under her rock somehow? And I only skimmed through it. I didn't watch it. It's about 1 hour. I didn't watch it, so tonight's reaction is going to be a sincere and legit reaction without watching it first. What up, Abel? Everyone, welcome. I'm not monetizing. Hey there, Punky. What up, Abel? Sass. Who is that? What is that name? I can't read it. Oh, Patricia. It's raining? Not over here. Where are you at? Not raining over here yet. What up, Michael Knight? Hi, Cindy, Vicky, Anaya, and everyone else. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Lori. Irma. Hey, Irma. So I say let's get to some VT Chronicles. What you think? Let me see. Do I got my little sound effects ready here? Let me see. Let's see. What is the most important sound effect?
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Dad, are you gonna
Window seats.
I know what you did. You're a damn terrorist. All right, just get the hell out of here. I got a goddamn campaign. Hey, the one thing you do care. Okay, then I quit as your son.
That one could come in handy. Another one good for tonight, probably.
Oh, poor you.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, Greta's here.
How dare you?
Greta, hi there. Glad you could be here. Man, what's that chick's name from Snow White? What's her name? I can't remember her name. The pain in the ass who ruined the movie. Remember, she was way too outspoken about things. Rachel. Rachel something. Zegler. Rachel Zegler. Right?
Weird.
So, alrighty. Then let's get this show on the road. And let's see. This was last night at about 10:30 p.m. Welcome back to the VT Chronicles, everybody. You know who does that song? Anybody knows the name? Who sings it? I know who sings it. Because that's when I was DJing back in early 80s. That's when that came out. Okay, so she's playing the music loud in her car, but she's got the headphones on. There you go. Take the headphones off. Is she going to leave them off? It was just a prop. The singer is Debbie Deb. And the song is called When I Hear Music. And she still performs that to this day. I mean, she's not little Debbie Deb now. She's older and... Let me stop this. There's a certain point at a certain age where you just shouldn't perform your music anymore. One example, again, in my opinion, Tiffany. She sang the song "I Think We're Alone Now." Well, she's out there on stage, and she's not a 16-year-old Tiffany anymore, and it's so obvious, and it's very awkward. It's like cringy. It's like, just don't do that. Just I'd rather have the memory of you singing the song. I don't want you singing the song now when you're 60 years old. It's not the same. Just saying, yeah, being a hater, probably. I don't care.
Yeah. I love this song. This is an oldie. I was a young child when this came out. That's how old I am.
Have you looked up Debbie Deb? Look her up on YouTube, Debbie Deb Live. I don't know. Maybe I'm being an asshole. I just don't think, when, like Tiffany, when you don't look like you did when you were 16 or 15 or however the hell old she was, it's like, just no.
Michelle, Tony, Victoria, Melanie, Michelle, Sarah.
Yeah, and she's still sharing her crap, sharing it to other groups because. So she went live at 10:30 at night, finished at 11:30, and when I saw and found out about this morning, I don't know, 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:30, there were already 11,000 views on it. 11,000 3-second views.
I want to.
Now, take a look at her. Here, let's have some interaction here. Do you think she looks like she's under the influence of something? Punch number 1 if yes, or punch number 2 if you think she's just sleepy.
Say it's Debbie Gibson. Sarah, you're probably way younger than me. You've never heard this. I bet you there's some people watching this that have never heard that song.
Type 1 if you think she's, flying a kite, or hit 2 if you think she's just tired.
Oh my goodness. Hi there, Diane. How are y'all? How is everybody? I'm about to park right now. And I told y'all that I would check in.
She didn't even know. Did they say Debbie Gibson? Yeah, no. Debbie Deb.
I meant to check in.
What? Check in? Why? You don't have to. You don't have to check in. Trust. You don't have to.
I said I'd check in once before August. And yeah, I could have gotten all dressed up and, done all that. Right?
Just for the record, everybody punched
But y'all know me.
at least one.
I don't know if I've ever met anybody that loves being as underestimated as I do. I remember the first time I was underestimated, I was a kid. I was a child. And I thought it was strange.
Yeah, because when you were a child, you knew what underestimated meant, right? Because they hated you as a child too. you were hated as a child, right? Right? Man, what a shitty life.
Like, I wasn't insulted. I felt like almost like, what's wrong with you? Like I knew immediately the problem was not me.
As a child, she knows she's underestimated. This is a child. So how old do you think she's talking about? When she says child, I'm going to guess she's talking about less than 12 years old. And she's already having these thoughts like, please. And you want us to believe that you had all these thoughts in your head as a child?
How dare you?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Right? And I know that there are a lot of people that are wondering, like, how I'm doing, regardless of what the hate says. Why do you have a bunch of hate? Whenever I
See, this is another thing. Nobody asked her, why do you have so much hate? Why do you have a bunch of hate? Nobody asked her that. She's just talking to herself, pretending somebody's acting her so she can explain how much she really hates everybody else. It's not everybody that hates her. I don't know why they hate me. I don't know. Really? So basically, she's supposed to be on a hiatus so she can level up. And she's back and nothing different. No improvement.
reactivate, I don't know, maybe.
And who cares? You know what she posted? This is on her page. She put this up at about 9 this morning. It says, I will be deactivating in less than 24 hours. I'll see y'all in the fall. Thank you for all your kindness. Like, nobody cares. You don't have to announce you're going to deactivate. And why do you wait? What are you waiting for? Just deactivate. Because really, nobody cares. Nobody cares. You don't have to announce it. You know? Don't go away mad. Just go away. Easy.
In August, maybe in September, maybe not till 2026.
Right on.
Like, for real. Maybe not till then. You know, hello, this is Vanessa Tejerina coming at you live here in the Rio Grande Valley, South Texas. I'm not gonna be on here for long. I just wanted to tell y'all hello and that I'm doing just fine. You know, I try not to have any expectations, but I have goals, right? A checkoff list.
She's taking a break from her hiatus. Sorry.
You know, when I was younger, before all this bullshit happened, long story short, I was just a regular person, literally just doing democracy. I'm not even kidding. It is exactly the truth. It is
Just
the
what?
truth. It is the truth.
What?
Short, I was just a regular person, literally just doing democracy. I'm not even kidding. It is exactly the truth. It is.
Did you say she was doing democracy? Really? Really? Oh, I love that laugh.
The truth. It is the truth. And I live in an area of the nation where you just don't use democracy like that. You just do not. You do.
So is she going to tell us how do you use democracy? Enlighten us for all us idiots here watching you.
Not. You don't. And I had to use democracy against people in power. I mean people in power that can ruin your life and did over and over and over again. Until every single person nearly that I loved and life as I knew it was destroyed. Yeah. It's that simple. It's that simple. So,
And just so y'all know, I am a Jedi. She's just a Sith.
something happened. I had no choice but to implement democracy. People in power came after me. I utilized democracy in a way nobody else had in my area. And then I had to survive haters from the public. I'm not even kidding. All of that's real and true. It's real and it's true. Everybody always wanted to call me on. They didn't like it. They just didn't like it. They didn't like it. The people from the public that I didn't even know were like, why is she getting so much attention? I have a makeup brand, or I'm prettier than her, I'm skinnier than her, I'm younger than her, I'm more dynamic than her, I'm smarter than her, I can speak better than her, I have better ideas than her, I have a studio, I have this, I have that. Humans care about the underdog.
They care about a real underdog, like a legit, real underdog, not a fake underdog. An underdog who's just behind the 8 ball, down on their luck, or for whatever reason, shit's going wrong, and they're trying to make it, and things are going bad through no fault of their own. Or, you know, a little guy against a big guy in a fight, just in a boxing match. And I go for the little dude. Yeah, come on, man, kick his ass, man, hit him in the nuts. But you're not an underdog. Or you can remove the under part. Dog. All right? But you created this mess. So you're no. You don't qualify. Your qualifications fall short of you being categorized an underdog. Just a dog, but not an underdog.
The best stories since the beginning of time are survival stories.
Here we go. I bet you how much do you want to bet she's going to bring up Jesus?
I mean, my favorite human ever to have lived was Jesus. That's like, I don't know if you can get it. I don't know if anybody can think of a better survival story. Well, he did survive. Oh, yeah, he did. He absolutely did. He survived his human experience, which is not easy to do on planet Earth.
You want to call what he went through just a human experience? What are you, fucking stupid or something? You think he sat in a car insulting people? That's why they pinned him up to a cross?
He survived everybody betraying him. He rose on the third day, and he rose after after his human experience ended. He rose into divinity. Now he's everywhere. Now he's, to many of us, to billions of us, he's everything. Everything.
Yeah, I'm not going to go as far as say I'm psychic, Jesse Bear, but it's easy. She's very predictable.
Everything. I want to say so much. There's going to be some things that are going to be revealed in the next couple of weeks.
Right.
I'm just going to say that for now. I think people can see that once I started surviving, a lot of people judged me. Even good people judged me. Good people that I trusted my whole life. Like, I respected you. And then you're gonna do some weird thing like that? Like support a hater? Ew! Ew, ew. My discernment became very, very, like, refined. And that's because my discernment was good before. Hi Raylene, hi Yolis, hi Ida, hi Melissa. Yes, God is, Jesus is everything. He's everything. He's everything.
You know, I've come to learn over the years that when people don't know about a topic, and this, like for example, Jesus, they tend to do this. Jesus is everything. He's everything. He's everything. As to not explain who is the man and what happened to him.
There's everything. That's why, remember, I was introduced to him by accident in the library. Not through a church, not through my family, not through anything like that. I mean, I heard my grandma, you know. I remember reading his name and being like,
Cindy, yeah, I think she meant discernment. I was just wondering where she was going with that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. So she keeps talking about meeting him she met Jesus at the library, you know, became aware of him more like it at the library. So how old was she at the library? She keeps saying wasn't it middle school or before that? It was like preschool, after preschool, when her grandma would go and leave her there all afternoon and then come pick her up in the afternoon or something like that. I know it's possible, but when I was that age, I just wanted to see comic books or a magazine with pictures in it. That's what I was interested in.
that's who she prays to, right? Which made me more interested.
Yeah, I don't think did she ever get, oh my God, what is that? You know what? Do this on your own. If you guys want to look at the profile, Undignified Predator, and look at the profile picture, enjoy yourself.
If there's not an insult, there's not an attempt to shame or humiliate, there's not a human on the planet that possesses that.
Yeah. Hey, those eyelashes are not real, right? Because they're mighty long and very curled. Right? Those are not real? I mean, I don't know. I don't know shit about this. But they look very long to be real.
And people hate that. It's almost like they see me as a challenge.
See, that's different. If you're going to a church all the time, and then, of course, they are going to want to introduce religion and God and Jesus to you as early as possible. Different situation.
Like they really feel like...
I get you. I get it.
No! Look at what they did to my favorite human ever. what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? What did he do when everybody betrayed him? He kept showing up.
What did he do?
What did he do?
What did he do? I know what he did. He looked up their profiles and started insulting them. Right? He grabbed that big old tablet and started. Look at those fingernails. God, you crazy. Jesus started body shaming. He invented body shaming.
When everyone abandoned him, he kept showing up. What did he do?
He went live on Facebook. That's what he did.
The world thought that they had ended his human experience. He kept showing up. And what has he done ever since then? He's everywhere. He's omnipresent. He's omni-knowing. He's omni-powerful.
Breaking news. Breaking news. Hope you're not flying anywhere tonight. There's a ground stop at Houston's International Airport, Bush Airport. A ground stop has been issued at Houston's George Bush Intercontinental Airport following reports of an unspecified security threat. All inbound and outbound flights have been ordered to halt, and emergency response teams are currently on the scene. Emergency response? Though the exact nature of the threat remains unclear. Authorities have not released further information. All right, we'll keep an eye on that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I had some people invite me somewhere. I think I may go. You know...
Better not be a motel room. God. Wink, wink.
You are, beauties. Oh, I can't. It's okay. I'm gonna have a lot more time after next week. I am. Sarah Lee says, I always watch and stay quiet. Everyone goes through a lot, and I went through a point when I lost it, and I know that depression is hard. I know it's hard when people talk about you, and it sucks not to be able to say your story. Yeah, Oh, I want to thank the person. Don't. No matter how many people praise you, please, I am begging you, just do not. I'm just giving you your flowers. Please, I'm just giving you your flowers. Thank you so much for your efforts in taking down that awful hate page. No one's talking about it. When I say nobody,
Wait, what?
That depression is hard. I know it's hard when people talk about you, and it sucks.
Thank you, Jesse
not
Bird.
to be able to say your story. Yeah,
I know life goes on and a lot of shitty things are happening. Some that shouldn't be happening, but they're happening. But there's still, you know what? Laughter helps. So don't be cruel to anyone.
Oh, I want to thank the person.
Except for her.
Don't. No matter how many people praise you, please, I am begging you, just do not. I'm just giving you your flowers. Please, I'm just giving you your flowers. Thank you so much for your efforts in taking down that awful hate page.
What hate page was taken down? What is she talking about? What hate page was taken down? I don't recall hearing about that.
No one's talking about it. When I say nobody, I said, hello, this is Vanessa Tejerina coming at you live here in the Rio Grande Valley, South Texas, right? My survival story sprouted up about, I don't know, 30 characters. I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding. All of them making their own platforms, all of them thinking that they are the entertainers, the voices of reason, like the shit. Like, I'm not even kidding. And here I am. The one that influenced all of them.
The one that influenced all of them. And by that, she's talking about me. She's talking about Ophelia. She's talking about Frank. She's talking about Cat and Friends. She's talking about Glow. She's talking about anybody else who's ever gone live from the valley down here. It's all because of her. We're so grateful, Vanessa. If I could thank you somehow, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for influencing me. Because none of us could have done this without you. None of us. Thank you. Oh, I have a proper thank you for you.
Thank you, 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 thank you.
Is that good enough? Okay.
Because of their hate for me. Thinking, I can do it better than her. She's not competing with you. She's surviving. She's surviving. And even though for 10 years everybody told her she was crazy, she was never going to survive, I had someone tell me recently that I had let into my world, right? And I didn't know that they were a hater. I didn't know. No, and when I let them into my world, it was in a way that I don't ever let anybody in my world. And I just couldn't believe that I had done that.
You're so brave, girl. You're so brave. Yeah, I don't know what hate page she's talking about. What page went down? If it's well, you know what? Now that I'm thinking, I was sent an invitation to like 956 something, or you know, some of these pages have like whatever snakes and backstabbers 4, and then you see a snakes and backstabbers 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9. So unless it was one of those, but I mean, if you think that's a huge accomplishment, well, then, you know, Vanessa, you need to get out a little more.
And that's because I don't even have any bad feelings or anything towards them. What I'm trying to tell you is that there's people out there that know that you've been through a bunch of shit, right? And they will try to convince you no one's gonna care.
All right. Let's take a moment to talk about something real quick. And I got into it with somebody earlier in the week. And Vanessa wants to talk about somebody who's been through a lot of shit. So there's a movie on Netflix now called Straw. Anybody see this piece of work? Anyone? I'm not a huge Tyler Perry fan, and I'm not a fan of this movie I have my reasons. But if you want to compare what Vanessa's going through to what that chick in that movie called Straw. Hey, kitty. Okay, so I couldn't watch the whole thing because it was way too over the top for me, and something in particular I didn't like about it. Anyway, that chick was going through so much in one freaking day. Doesn't even compare to anything that you might have gone through. Does not compare. If you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. If I had to say something is a survival movie, that's that movie. It's not this one. It's that movie. That is going through survival. Check it out. Watch it sometime between tonight and this weekend. Let's talk about it Sunday or Monday. It's called Straw, and it's on Netflix.
No one's gonna care. In fact, I think that's what I'm gonna name my book. No one cares.
But Patricia, don't spoil it.
I really
Don't
do think
spoil
that
it.
would be the perfect story. Because I tried doing it all like, I'll go to the city meetings and I'll do everything all at once. I'll do everything like, in pieces, and oops, you're gonna arrest me. Okay, well, I'm gonna deal with that. I'm gonna arrest me again, deal with that, and blah, 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 everything, like, and finally I'm just like, fuck all of y'all. I'm gonna find a very highly creative way that none of you could compete with in any dream you could ever have, in any reality you could ever think of.
Oh, you haven't heard any of my dreams. I can outdream a lot of you people, and you don't even want to hear it. So back to the Houston airport. It's just been confirmed that a black SUV crashed through an airport gate, security gate, in the operations area, the cargo area of the airport. That's information from Houston PD, working to get more information. Unidentified security issue has forced a ground stop. Okay. So somebody crashed into the airport property. That's not good.
Putting yourself in, right? And I'm just gonna deal with it all at once. Like, almost like do it backwards, you know what I mean? Because at first, when things like this are happening to you, you're like, please, can you please see what they're doing to me? Can you please see what they're doing to me? But I think that it got so bad. I'm telling you all this because I'm writing my book. It's fresh on my mind. Like, I'm not writing it, I'm editing it. And I think that things got so bad that it forced me. Like, no. They came at you so bad. They ruined you. They messed up your life so bad. So bad that even the people that pretend to hate you when they really love you will tell you no one cares.
Yeah, hold on. Rebecca. I don't know if you've been watching her long. Have you watched her at all? Much? She claims to have autism, self-diagnosed. She says she's on the spectrum. And in my opinion, she's full of crap. And in the opinion of everybody else in here, she's full of crap. So can I just say, well, all right, well, I have autism. Now I'm on the spectrum. And then go everywhere and announce it? Because that's what she does. She goes everywhere and she announces it and she tells everybody. She's on the spectrum. She claims protection from, the ADA. And you know what? People on the spectrum don't do that. They don't go around announcing they have autism. And that's kind of what she's doing here. She's kind of acting, like very, trying to act all innocent and I'm just a victim. It's just an act. She's a bullshit artist. That's the kind of artist she is.
They messed up your life so bad.
You messed up your life so bad. How is this not sickening already? That you keep blaming other people for the shit you're going through.
that there's still shit.
Oh, and let's not forget, remember the weekend that she deactivated? Do you remember what happened in those few days before she went on her I Hate Us tour? She threatened to put a bullet in my head. Yeah. Not just once, not twice, 3 or 4 times. She was going to put a bullet in my head, in Ophelia's head, in Angie's head, in John Allen's head, and in Luke Thompson. And that we were going to be dead, dead, dead. Remember that? I remember. Because I don't take death threats lightly. And you can claim your castle doctrine all day long. But that means nothing. You know why? Because you can't claim your castle doctrine unless and until something happens. But you can't warn everybody about the castle doctrine. You come to my property, I'll shoot you. I'll shoot you in the head. Because of the castle doctrine. If you come to my property, I want to put a bullet in your head because of the castle doctrine. You can't do that. You can only say and claim castle doctrine or castle act or whatever it's called when something happens and has happened already. Yeah, I shot him. He was on my property. I stand behind the castle doctrine. There you go. But you can't go around threatening people's lives. You think it's funny? You're saying you're going to put a bullet in our heads? I don't find that funny. And you're going to see how funny I don't find it.
In 10 years that the world still doesn't even know. So that's why she did that. I would have done it too. Yeah, you would have. You would have. You would have done it for them. You would have done it for them. They messed up so bad that it's like, that person that put that in her car is related to who? That did what to whom? Yeah, that bad. Yeah? Yeah, it's incredible. And I'm like, you know what? No one would have believed me. No one would have believed me. My book would have come out and people would have poked holes into my story. But the thing is,
what up, Dario?
It's all fucking true. Like, it's all true. Like, it's all true. Like, I did have all these characters sprout up just to hate me, just to create their own platforms to oppose me, just to have their own hate pages. If they couldn't, get me to unalive myself, then they would unalive my character in front of the whole world. And
I never said I wanted her to unalive herself. I never wanted her to be hurt at all. I didn't want to. I was even one of the few saying, I don't want her to go to jail. I don't want her to get locked up. In fact, at the very beginning, when I was first learning about her, I always said, man, you know what? She can talk. She's got the gift of gab. If she would pull her head out of her ass and focus, she could be a good politician. She could be a good car salesperson. She could sell ice to an Eskimo. She would probably been a good lawyer because she can talk so much shit. I always said that from day one. She's got the gift of gab, and she can talk, and she can talk. And you watch her early videos where she's campaigning or talking politics or trying to, to a public crowd or whatever. But you know what? She's involved in too much other bullshit, too much other stupid crap. Mainly narcotics, and just too much trouble with the law. When she wants to blame other people, well, whatever. We'll see how that turns out for you. But you created this mess for yourself.
People who thought that they were as strong as God. and said, no, that glory that God transformed from shame, no, we're going to undo that. No, do you think you are? You're not God. You're not Jesus.
And neither are you.
No. There's going to...
I don't know, man. Jenny, I know, right? We know this, but I'll tell you what. There, I wouldn't mind keeping some illegals if we can get rid of this one. I'll make that trade. Anybody else? Should we start a petition?
to be people that during your struggle and during your survival, they're going to take advantage of that. There's going to be people that you meet for the first time. If your life, like everybody that knows me before these 10 years knows that right now I'm exactly the same person that I was during the, I'd say like 7 years, where I was like,
Solo copy.
They're doing this to me. I need help.
Bold North, what up? You've been here before, right? I think so. Melissa Lopez, hey there, Trisha. In case I didn't miss anyone, I do apologize. Maria, Lori, Janet, hey there, everyone. Aurora, thank you so much for being here, everybody.
Please help me. No one's going to believe me that all these things are happening to me and my family. And they're doing it because, like, federal people are not looking at what they're doing. And it's South Texas and they can get away with everything. For real. For real. It's so bad that they can put a woman, the first Hispanic woman, on death row. I'm not even kidding. And if people didn't even care enough, nobody would have tried to save Melissa Lucio's life from being executed. All because a prosecutor thought that because he lived in the Rio Grande Valley, South Texas, that he could do that to that woman. And pretend to be a hero. And the public believed him too. That's where I come from. That's where I survived. That's where I grew up. And that's where...
What happened to Melissa Lucio has got nothing to do with Vanessa. There's been no corruption against Vanessa whatsoever. At all. She's still out. She's still free. Hasn't been convicted. Not sitting in jail. Well, where does she claim that she's been violated legally like Melissa Lucio? Melissa Lucio's is real shit. She was on freaking death row. She was days from being executed. And that was a case of corruption. That is 100% true. That's why Melissa Lucio is still in prison. She's on death row without a date. Her case got kicked back to Cameron County, and they're waiting for the Cameron County DA to decide if he's going to let her out, give her a retrial, or just drop the charges and just be done with it. But he doesn't want to do that because he wants to save face. Because if he does that, that means they did something wrong. And, there's too much pride down here. They aren't, I'm going to say it. You're not a man when you can't say, you know what? We fucked it up. Let her out. Drop all the charges. She was framed. That's it. End of story. He got no balls to say that. That's why Melissa Lucio is still in prison right now.
I survived. Amongst all those people, that kind of mentality, that's what I, for real, since I was a kid.
See the way she's talking? Since I was a kid. All like childish, childlike. Trying to talk to people like they're stupid. I know there's a word for that.
Yeah. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. Thank you.
It's the truth with that little smirk on her face. Did you see it? I know you caught that.
Yeah. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. Thank you. Yeah, I like that title. No one cared. Because it's true, nobody cared. No one cared. No one cared. I don't think there's like maybe one or two.
And still nobody cares. Oh, are we talking about your book? Oh, is she talking about her book yet? I heard she was going to talk about her book.
State representatives, maybe. But ain't no damn state senators. Ain't no U.S. reps, U.S. senators. None of y'all motherfuckers helped me. Like, none of you. 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 And I have all my correspondence.
Help her for what? Help her for what? She's not in prison. She's not convicted. What is she a victim of exactly? Stealing sunglasses? Caught on video. You can't deny that one. Standoff with the police at Stars? Yeah, it was the anniversary last week. 5 years ago. Remember the standoff? Police trying to get in her car. She's not letting them. She was wearing her red, white, and blue patriotic slinky dress, whatever you call that thing. Lost your kids because of that? Yes. They found a crack pipe? Yes. Although you're trying to say they planted the crack pipe? No. The next morning, you went live, admitted to the crack pipe. You admitted to the crack pipe. And now you still want to blame the police officer for planting the crack pipe in your car? After you were on video saying it was yours, it was in my house, and I didn't want it here. I didn't want it to be found, so I put it in the car. I put it in my car. I should have thrown it away, but I put it in my car. Nobody forced you to say that. You said it. And now you want to blame a cop, ruin a career? Sorry, this one just...
Where I reached out to all of your cabinet members, everything that a person could do, via democracy, to survive everything that was happening to me. I did it. And you know what? That hater that told me no one cares, I was like, that's the title of my book. No one cares. No one cares. And let's see if at the end of the book, no one cares. That's no
one's going to care. She should have named it No One Will Ever Care.
Cares. That's the irony of the story. That's the irony of the story. Is that this book that literally has a title that is supposed to evoke, like, there's nothing to see here. Nobody cares about the shit that's in these pages. No one cares that this is a true story about a woman that is, once this book is printed, is still surviving. And that was part of her survival, was that she had to do it this way.
Yeah, that book is going to be surviving, trying to find somewhere to be sold other than the 99-cent clearance section at Walmart.
She had to write her first book while her story was unwritten. The outcome was unwritten. Because writing the book was one of her weapons to survive all of these motherfuckers. Right? And I thought, what an ironic title. No one cares.
It's not ironic. It's facts. It's factual. No one cares. No one will care.
Because it's true. No one cared. No one cared at
And if you're brilliant, if you're any kind of marketing specialist, and you're trying to sell books, that's not the kind of title you give a book. Or if you're going to portray that kind of narrative, then nobody will care. Good job.
The school level in my small town, nobody cared. At the city level, no, it's farther than them not caring.
If she writes a book, we've already discussed this. Well, not you haven't, but me and some people. If she writes a book, then you're gonna see our book, and our book is gonna be this fat, that fat, because there's gonna be so much attachments, so much evidence, so many images, so many documents. Yeah, you want to write a book? Write a book. We can too.
They became my opposition. They became my antagonist. They became who I had to survive. They all became things I had to survive. I'm just putting it lightly here, right? But the book will make you feel how I feel. That's the whole point of writing a book. There's going to be a couple of points of yes, we won this small battle, but the majority of it is a tragedy. Because it really happened. And no one cared. No one cared. The only person that needed to care was the person writing the damn book. The protagonist, the person that the book was about. She's the only one that needed to keep showing up for herself. She had to be her own hero. So at the end of the book, I'm going to have a nice ending paragraph. So does no one care? And that's going to be a dig at the person who told me that. And you know who you are. That's what you get.
I don't know. To be honest, I think a lot of people have told her that. Not just one person. Probably a whole row of people standing there ready to tell her, nobody cares.
That's what you got. Poetic justice. Literally poetic justice.
That is not poetic justice.
So anyway, I'm going to keep this video up probably just for... Yes, Michelle, and did. For real. For real. I don't even want to hear it. It's my true story. It's my true story. It's my true story. That means I can show whatever I want to show. It's my true story. Tried to deny it. The proof is there. You didn't investigate this person. The proof is there. You did not label my 3-hour torture a hate crime when it started with a Hispanic disability slur. Hello?
Cheese. That's not a disability slur.
Statuses. A disability. And
Chisquis is a short for chisqueada, which is another way of saying traviesa, which means little. What does that mean? Like little. In Italian, they would say, "Yeah, the little kid. He's breaking balls. He's running around all over the place. He's a little troublemaker, like rambunctious or whatever." That's what that means. It doesn't mean the R word. It does not. Of course, she's gonna make it sound that way, like try to make people believe it is. To all those white people who don't know Spanish, they're gonna believe everything she says because they're swallowers. Yeah.
I was a woman. That's a hate crime. But that's one of the reasons that I need to read the book. Because people really don't understand how people in small towns, it doesn't matter that you're an American and you were born an American citizen and your father, gave 20 years of his life to the military, and your son is in boot camp right now because he's giving his life to his country, right? It doesn't matter.
I have a feeling she thinks this book is going to come out. She will publish it somehow, probably self-publish. I don't think there's any publishing house who would take this project on. You know, a lot of times they'll give you cash up front. I think if she needs this published, she's going to have to pay the publishing house money to publish the book. I honestly believe if there is a book, she thinks it'll get published, and she thinks the world will be in outrage, and then they're going to go arrest everybody in the book. That's published by Staples, Office Depot. Yeah. That's what I think. I think she wants people to read the book, and she thinks they're going to go out and arrest everybody, all the perps from her book, all the haters from her book, which she calls haters. I hope she puts a dictionary at the back with all the actual terms of the words: haters, victim, survival.
It doesn't matter. If you live in a small town, you are at risk of suffering an injustice. If who they harmed, God forbid, wasn't just you and it was your children, and you have to be fiercer than the people in power and all the haters.
Yeah, somebody mentioned, who mentioned it earlier? Somebody did. That's too many comments. I can't go back and check. But somebody wrote, is she giving you Leticia vibes? And like right now, she is. She really is. You know who Leticia, what's her name? I forgot her last name already. Collins, Leticia Collins. Right now, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from this one right here.
Where I come from, y'all don't know how bad the hate is down here. It's really bad.
The hate is so bad down here. It's like a plague. It's so horrible. Everybody's hating each other. Hey, good morning. Fuck you. All right. That's how the hate is down here. That's how it is. Remember Eddie Murphy, Coming to America? Good morning, neighbor. Hey, fuck you. Yes, fuck you too. She wants the world to think it's such a horrible place down here. Because we don't like her. Don't like, all right? I didn't say hate. Because we don't like her, she calls it hate. But it's not hate. I don't like her. I don't want no harm to come to her. I don't want her to unalive herself. None of that stuff. But I don't like her. I don't have to like her. She's a lying piece of shit. And then she's not going to change. Unless you quit effing around, be real with yourself, level up for real. But you can't. Every time you come back, it's the same shit. You take a week off or 2 weeks or, this hiatus. And then you come back. And I'll be honest, deep down inside, I'm thinking, man, is she going to change? Is she doing something for the better? Is she doing something to better herself? Is she doing something to better herself? Maybe she is this time. Maybe she is. And then you come back and it's the same shit. So, yeah. Book. Okay.
When the world hears my book, they're going to go looking for these characters, right? And they're going to see she ain't lying. We've never seen some shit like this. We've never seen someone be so hypocritical. People be so hypocritical. Oh, they said that about autistic people. They said that about people with ADHD. They said that about the Americans with Disabilities Act.
That's all right. I just had to get one of those in there too.
They did that to people who were mourning lost loved ones. They betrayed her and they kept trying to be her friend. Different ones, all kinds of different ones. Yeah, it's a big old hate fest down here.
Yeah,
It really is.
big old hate fest.
Yes. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm one of those kind of people that
She's full of shit. That's what the kind of one of those people she is. That's why when she, I'm one of those people that, and then all of a sudden she had nothing to say. She has to think about it.
I divide people. You know, everybody wants to be one of those people that unites everyone, right? And that's great and everything. That's really great. But when you live in an area of the nation where it's like 50-50, hateful motherfuckers, for real, I'm being serious, hateful ass motherfuckers. They probably need to be behind bars. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. And they're going to go under the radar because we live in the Rio Grande Valley. I'm not even kidding. And then there's lovable people.
And then there's, bullshit artists. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. There's bullshit artists who smoke crack. They don't take accountability. They snort their maybe prescribed prescription drugs. Snort it instead of taking the pills. All right. Don't take accountability. End up losing your kids. Steal glasses. Steal $500. Drive under the influence of some narcotic or whatever. And I'm not kidding. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm not even kidding. Because I'm serious. So I'm not even kidding. Not kidding. Serious.
It's 50-50 like that. I'm not trying to unite that. No. All I need is the strong people that love. Because the frequency of the people that love are high. It is so much higher. The frequency at which they vibe is so much higher than their counterparts. Even if it's equal numbers. Even if you have 1 million haters and 1 million people that are good people. The frequency of the haters is going to be almost abysmal. Thank you so much. Well, thank you. El boss, mi papa da Rencito says, you have mental issues. But the thing is that you're right. Don't come over here like that. Because I'm one of those people that the way that you text is, and your lack of punctuation, lets me know that you're a dumbass motherfucker.
Wait a minute. What did I see? Somebody who wrote Rosie O'Donnell? Patricia. You wrote Rosie O'Donnell for whatever you're talking about. And I saw a very disturbing clip of Rosie O'Donnell in a scene from, I don't know if it's Sex in the City or was that a new one, the one that came after Sex in the City? And Just Like That, I think it's called, right? And Just Like That. There's a scene where Rosie O'Donnell is in bed with one of the ladies, I think the redhead, short hair lady from from the program, and they were together all night. And Rosie's in bed with her, like they're both naked or whatever. And I was like, oh, like Jack Nicholson. No, it ruined my coffee that morning when I saw that.
Mm-hmm. I'm not even kidding. The way that a person texts, not just to like, text messages, not like this. Lets people know, whether you believe it or not, it lets people know your level of intellect. It lets people know if you're a hater. It lets people know your life experience. It lets people know what your motives are. It lets people know the most important things that people need to know about you.
All right. Well, that's a bullshit statement. Why? I'll tell you why. Because everybody's got a job, well, except her. Everybody's got a job, and you all have to write stuff. You got to write a report, or send a message to a boss, or another coworker, or you got to write up an order, or you got to write a letter. You're writing something, and you're writing formally. You're writing formally, right? And then you get on the phone to gossip with your friends, and LOL, OMG. And that's what she's talking about. So if you're texting and you're writing LOL, OMG, and IMHO, or you put, ellipses, ... or you write haha instead of whatever, she's saying you're a dumbass. That's what she's saying.
This is 2025, Vanessa. That kind of shit is like...
Oh, and I've got examples of her writing. Her text messaging. Gee, I wonder if, I should put that out there, put somebody else's name on it, like if somebody else wrote it, so she can attack it and then go, guess what? We have a surprise. You wrote these comments. Wouldn't that be funny? That would be funny.
2013, 2014 hater stuff. Not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Yeah, don't get mad at them. I don't even try anymore to say, do you want to go live, sir? Because we all know that they're not. We all know that they're not.
That's what her book title should be. Do you want to go live? Make that your book title, please. Do you want to go live?
I'm going to end this video by saying this.
Yeah, no, she still has 30 minutes left.
People can say anything that they want about me, but from the day that I was born until right now, and until the day I die, no one has and no one will ever oppose me, insult me, humiliate me, laugh at me, tell me no one cares. Because those are undignified humans. Only undignified humans will do that. Only undignified humans come over here like this guy coming over here.
Oh, poor you.
You know what I mean? No one dignified has ever come to my page to show me hate.
Weird.
Not one time. No one dignified has ever created a hate page. No one dignified has ever opposed me. Ever. No one dignified. No one dignified. No one dignified.
How dare you?
No. And there's a couple that are dignified. There's a couple. And they made the mistake of doing that. right? Okay, but those are very few. Very few.
Exactly right.
That means at one time they were haters. That means at one time they were undignified.
At one time they were haters. Oh.
Thank you. Oh, and thank you, Lorraine. She says, hi, Vanessa. I'm the person that said you have a mental problem. Please. It's like, sir, I don't even. You put you for why are you? Like, to come at Vanessa Tijerina, you have to have credentials. You know, you have to have credentials, and you have to not be a dumbass. You know. I mean, you can come here. You know what I mean is.
What was the guy's name? Not Jamaica, man. The guy from the UK. Remember his name? What was his name? Oh man, I can't think of his name. So this dude, black guy, was saying stuff to her in her chat, and she invited him to go live, and he did. And he was really being he was being sincere. He was being like, why do you hate so much? Why are you angry? Why do you hate so much? And she was just all, do you remember? I mean, she could barely speak. And then they went live a second time, or was it the same time? I know they went live again. And she just, she couldn't even speak. Taylor, Mr. Taylor. What was his first name? I don't remember. Maybe he didn't have a first name. She was smitten. All she did was laugh, like smile. She had this smirk. Like she was doing that night to herself, thinking about him. I don't want to think about it. But that's what she was doing. And you know what we should have done? We should have bought a ticket. Say, hey, you know what? Why don't you go visit him? We'll pay. We'll do a GoFundMe. I'm sure we could raise the money, get her to go to the UK. I think he was outside of London somewhere. She wanted to go see him. He wanted to come visit her. I mean, but he wanted money to do so. But I think it'd be more convenient to send her over there. Like a one-way ticket, maybe. I think we could pull that off. I know many people who would have donated for that cause right there. A legitimate cause.
If you want to come over here, right, and act that way, and then walk away from the experience not having bad feelings, I guess you just have to accept that that's gonna happen. But maybe you've always been that bully, that's like, I'm the funny guy. That's why I would love for them to come online, because it's like, yeah, I'll be quiet and let me showcase who's trying to humiliate me. I'm not even kidding. Let me showcase who says that I have a mental illness. Here they are. I'm being serious. And by the way, all of my supporters, I love y'all so much. I do not judge y'all by the way that y'all text. I don't care if you use you for you, or you don't use punctuation, you don't put a period at the end of your sentence. I don't give a shit about that. But the people that come over here to try to humiliate me, that's the first thing that I'm gonna look at. is the way your writing style. Yeah.
Can you even call it a writing style? All you guys, I know you guys are messaging all day, and me too. And I know everybody messages all day. Is that a style? No, you're texting, you're messaging. That's internet crap. That's not how people write in real life. Because people do have real lives and real jobs, and they can't write LOL, to their executives and stuff like that. So you can't compare the two. It's two different things. I know she's trying to be all, whatever.
And the fact that no dignified human has ever even come live. Not one. They've all been trash humans. Every single one. Is that a real person? El Boss sent me Papa Dangerousito, I don't know what. Do you want to, you know what? That's like real, like, sadistic. He says, cry, cry, cry. Let me see you cry again. I wonder what you do to young girls that you have access to. I'm being serious. Are you a real person? Do you have access to young children?
Okay, this is a stupid crap that she does, which is dangerous. And she probably thinks it's cute. Oh, let me come back with this comeback. Telling people that insinuating that they may be pedophiles or something. That's one of those unwritten rules in life. That you don't make those kind of false allegations. You don't make shit up like that. You don't even joke about it. You don't. Because even when the allegations are false and just said out of stupidity, like this one is saying it, people believe it, and that shit sticks. And if you've been branded that even as a joke, that can still stick. So anybody who throws allegations like that, not a good person. That's how you know there's an evil side.
Do you have access to vulnerable humans in your life? Because somebody that is sadistic like that should have all eyes on them.
Sadistic doesn't mean child molester. Doesn't mean pedophilia.
Because you're not going to convince us that somebody who thinks like you doesn't try to get away with evil things when other people aren't looking. That's what sadists do. You didn't understand a motherfucking thing that I said, did you?
In theory, we did, but really, you're not making any kind of sense. In fact, I'll go back and play it again.
Vulnerable humans in your life? Because somebody that is sadistic like that should have all eyes on them. Because you're not going to convince us that somebody who thinks like you doesn't try to get away with evil things when other people aren't looking. That's what sadists do. You didn't understand a motherfucking thing that I said, did you?
That's not what sadists do. Does she even understand sadism versus masochism?
You see, that's why you shouldn't be here. No. All right.
Yeah, you know, she's trying to pretend that she's getting a reaction from the crowd, like, ooh, she called him out. Ooh. But it's all in her head. It's all in her head.
Thank you. He's not going to go live. He's not going to go live. He sounds like a weirdo. He does. He sounds like a weirdo. You know what? Let me screenshot his name real quick. He sounds like a weirdo. And when I say a weirdo, he sounds like a predator.
Those eyelashes are weird. Oh, I'll tell you that much right now.
He sounds like a predator. He's sadist. I mean, sadists are people that take joy in the pain of others. And you know what the sad thing is? I attract those people. I attract sadists. I attract just as much as I attract.
Holy crap. Does this even fit on here? A sadist, hey Sarah, is someone who derives pleasure, often sexual or emotional, from causing pain, discomfort, or humiliation to others. This behavior can range from mild to consensual, like BDSM relationships where all parties agreed to the dynamic, to harmful and abusive when the actions are non-consensual or cruel. There are a few key contexts. Number one, in psychology, a person with sadistic tendencies might enjoy dominating or hurting others emotionally, physically, or psychologically. In extreme cases, this can be part of a personality disorder known as sadistic personality disorder, so it's no longer a formal diagnosis in most psychological manuals. Or two, in sexuality, BDSM. BDSM, in case you don't know, is bondage, domination, sadism, masochism. A sexual sadist enjoys inflicting pain or control in a consensual setting. This is considered healthy, I guess, as long as all parties involved give informed, enthusiastic consent and practice safety and mutual respect. In other words, there's got to be a safe word. 3, in criminal behavior. Some sadists may take their desires to non-consensual and dangerous levels, which can lead to criminal acts such as assault or abuse. This is not acceptable or legal and is treated seriously in both psychological and legal settings. Would you like more examples of how it shows up in relationships or the media? Sure. Thanks for that, Sarah.
The good people, I attract sadists.
Wait, what?
I attract just as much as I attract the good people, I attract sadists. I attract sadists. Sadists are people that take joy in the pain of others. And you know what the sad thing is? I attract those people. I attract sadists. I attract just as much as I attract the good people, I attract sadists.
You can't say masochist.
Yeah. Why do you think that I believe that the people who went to jail, that beat my face, that it wasn't them? It was the ones that were on the live video, and it was the ones that made them record both sides, hoping they would get their hands on that recording, both recordings, and they got to watch it live. And the fact that the police cannot see through that shit is it's not even amazing to me. It's like, you see, that's the way it is down here.
The police saw it, and some people were never ruled in because there was nothing to rule them in for. Those that were dealt with, the only people that needed to be dealt with, have been dealt with. End of story. She's going to keep on with her stupid crap. But we shouldn't be surprised. I'm just saying. Sorry to hear that, Kathy.
Those people are sadists. Those people wanted the recordings, the 3-hour recording of my beating, and it wasn't enough that they saw it live. They wanted to replay it for the rest of their lives, just like this guy. That's a sadist. That's why I have to protect my energy.
Because that's what I want to do. I want to get that video and just play it every day and watch it and watch it and watch it every day. Is that what she thinks? People want to sit there and watch the thing every day? I know. Don't get me wrong. I know people want to watch it because they've never seen it. They've only seen snippets of photographs of her laying there with somebody holding her arms back or whatever's on her page. And are there people? Yeah. Everybody's got a sense of morbid curiosity as to what happened that day. What happened that day? Why didn't she fight back? Oh, Vicky, yeah, she was okay. That's what I thought. That's what I thought she was gonna start to say because she said Mac. So I thought she was gonna say. I thought she was trying to say masochist. But she couldn't say Machiavellian. Yeah, I did. I caught that. You're right. That's what happened. But I think everybody would like to see the video at least once just to see what happened. It doesn't mean they're going to enjoy it. You know, and I would want to see it to see, you know, you can tell what's going on. You can tell. And the things that are said, the things that they're saying will say a lot about why they were there and what happened that night or that morning, I should say.
They do. Because all the narcissists, sadist, Machiavellianist,
There you go.
You know, all those people, all of them, they're all drawn to me like
Hamana.
like y'all, like you good people are. It's ugly, it's weird, it's gross. I'm being serious.
Oh, check this out.
But
Breaking news. Iran's atomic energy chief confirms that the nuclear reactor at the Natanz underground nuclear facility in Iran has been destroyed by Israel in the strikes. Israel destroyed the underground nuclear facility. Hallelujah. That's good friggin' news. Where's my people? Yes. Very good.
anyway, is he still here? Did he leave? He didn't say anything, right? He left, right?
Hey, Rachel, you mean her name there? This one we're watching?
I don't know if you're from the Rio Grande Valley.
You can put it in the comments. I don't care. You can say it.
I don't
Vanessa.
think you're from Raymond, but
Vanessa
Luis Saenz, the
Tijerina.
prosecutor in Cameron County, you know,
Vanessa Tijerina. Tijerina. I know the other pages, the other awareness pages, they don't like to promote. I don't think that's promoting. I don't know. I'm just different that way. I don't care. You can go look her up. Good luck. Be careful. If you're going to go to her page, you should go to here. If you're going to go to her page, go to this page first. On Facebook, go to this page first. And at the very top of the page, pinned to the top, there's a warning about you visiting this one's page. And it's not a joke. It's actually legit stuff and it's important. Yep. Vicky's got it up there. Yeah, I don't mind displaying it. Everybody knows that already. Here, everybody knows that. But go here first. It's on Facebook. And read the warnings at the top. And let's continue.
Palacios over there in Hidalgo County. You might want to look at that profile. and who he has access to. Mm-hmm. For real. It gives me dirty uncle vibes. You know? It just gives me that. It gives me that. He gave me that vibe, like, you know? It's the mito that the grandma or the tia doesn't want, you know, to go to jail. So it doesn't matter, you know, how he harmed the kids in his family. You just, you tell the kids to stay away. He gives me those dirty uncle vibes. Like, get out of here. You know? You know what I mean? Anyway, I love y'all so much. And yeah, there's gonna be some things that are gonna happen, and that's all I can say. I love y'all.
No, you don't.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's not really a distraction. Priscilla says, glad to see you're doing good besides this distraction. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna leave this up just for a little bit, and then I'm going to deactivate. So yeah, thank you so much. Again, one more time. Do not, right, Priscilla? Yes. She says, yes, Uncle.
Does anybody know what is the point of her deactivating? I wish I could ask her that. Like, hardcore. What is the point of deactivating just to reactivate a few days later or a week later and come back? I mean, what do you think is going to happen when you deactivate? Or what are you hiding? Or what do you, that's what I want to know. Like, what difference does it make? Are you trying to minimize the temptation of you going live and make it inconvenient for you to go live? You have to reactivate, go here, check my verification email or message, my text message, and then reactivate, and then I think if she was afraid of it being reported, Vicky, she would just stay offline. She would not say, oh, 24 hours, I'm going to be gone in 24 hours, I'll be deactivating. Why don't you just deactivate? So I don't think she's afraid of people reporting her. Facebook don't do shit. People can report her all day, and there has to be enough of a volume of reports where Facebook would do something. You know, like if there's 100 or 200 people reporting for give or take the same thing, then maybe Facebook might do something. Michael Knight might know a little bit about that. And yeah, and anyway, what Facebook is doing now is deleting all the videos. Anytime somebody goes live, in 30 days, that video is gone. They delete. So all the videos I've had since 2020, they gave us a deadline till July something to download them all. And I did that last week. There were 101 files, and I thought it was 101 videos. I'm like, that's it? 5 years, 100 videos? I don't know. But then as I opened the files, each file had 5 to 8 shows on it, times 101. It's like, holy crap. No wonder it took forever to download. So I'll be putting those up on YouTube. They're going to go on my YouTube. I mean, this goes back to 2020 when I started. So while we're on this topic, I'll say it again. Subscribe to me. There's going to be a name change. I'm working on a few things. You might have seen this already. Working on that, and there's 2 YouTube pages out there, and I'm gonna combine them into one. I'm just trying to figure out which one that's gonna be. So it will help if you go and subscribe to on YouTube at Manny Behind the Mic, MIC. And but that's definitely happening in the next few months. I don't even think I'll make it to Thanksgiving. I'm going to walk away. The page will stay on Facebook, but I'm not going to go live on Facebook. That's all. That's what I'm saying. All right, let's keep going here.
Per vibes. For real.
Got about 15 to 20 minutes left.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Anyway,
Ooh. Yes. Glad you reminded me of that.
I was gonna say something about politics, but I'm not even going to. But I thought that was kind of like fascinating, how Elon Musk and Donald Trump were going back and forth. I was like, what? That's crazy. And he has so much money that he can do that. He can be like, I can fuck up all the elections if I want to.
Hey, Jackie.
If I want to. If you think that you're a weirdo like me and you've been laughed at in your life like me, Mr. Musk, if you ever see this, you know, I'm sure that the eyes that you possess and the mind that you possess do not see me in the way that the hateful, pervy Uncle Vibe people, you know, that I have survived my whole life, don't see me as. So, you know.
The only thing you should be surviving is the crack pipe. Because you shouldn't be doing that shit. Or those pills you snort. You shouldn't be doing that either. That's what you're surviving. Yeah, screenshot moment. If you want it. Screenshot moment. Yeah, I'm sure Elon Musk is going, like, whoa, this Vanessa is pretty funny. Elon don't got time for shit. Elon doesn't have time for anything. And if he does, he ain't going to be watching her page. Right? Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you. Gracias. Thank you. Thank you. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Happy, I said happy Mother's Day last time, and happy Father's Day to all the dads. This coming up weekend. Okay? I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much.
Oh, get away. Stop.
Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, 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 thank you.
Those of us that are my age, like, we've been able to see, and the generations like right before mine and right after mine, we've been able to see like technology advance so quickly. But we've also been able to see society advance. Here where I live in Deep South Texas, it used to be cool to gang stalk me. I'm not even kidding. It was. I'm being serious. I swear to you. It was. I swear to you. I swear to you. And now it's like, oh, they did that to her. They did. I need the whole world to know, though. I need the whole world to know. Yeah, they did. And it hasn't stopped. It really hasn't stopped. The people in power, they think that they got away with it. So that's why I need my book to go out, so that, you know, the public will be outraged. All right. Gracias. Thank you very much. And yeah. Yeah. I'm sure that somebody's gonna be bothered by what I'm saying, and I'm sure that I'm not gonna give a fuck the way that I've not given a fuck for my whole life. It's true. It's true. All right. I'm not like other people I'm going to deactivate this. I do not make any money off of my videos or my platform or anything like that. This was just a survival page, and when I want to disappear, I'll disappear on here. I don't need attention, you know. If I want to get the attention, you know, I might post a reel in a little bit, and that reel will get people to be like, well, who is that? And then they'll come to my page, and then they'll see, oh, damn, she went through that. Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, thank you. All of y'all are gonna know that my book's coming out before it gets published. Wait, oh no. Well, no. Well, yeah. Once it's released. I'm not gonna say anything until it's published. But once it's about to get released, I'm gonna let everybody know. Everybody's gonna know. But I think that that's gonna be the title, because before that mean person said that, I had a few working titles.
Thank you, Trisha.
I was like, no one cares. That's perfect. No one cares. What's that No One Cares book about? It's about this girl named...
Hey, if her book comes out, I will buy it. And then I'll give everybody a copy. I'm going to share it with everybody. So don't pay for it. Don't pay for it. We will circulate it. Well, a few of us will buy a few copies, the digital format, and we'll just share it. Don't waste your money on that.
Vanessa de Arena from Deep South Texas.
Hold on.
I said that, I was like,
Here.
no one cares. That's perfect. No one cares. What's that No One Cares book about? It's about this girl named Vanessa de Arena from Deep South Texas, and it's like these people in power did all kinds of shit to her, and not only that, there was fucking mean, hateful people from the fucking public that were trying to be like famous by hating her. No joke, for real. And they did this to her, and they did this to her, and they caught the cops red-handed doing that to her. And then people didn't even realize that the people that were related to one of the people that put that stuff in her car did something super freaking unforgivable.
See, she's going to keep up with that bullcrap. Oh, I could do a live reading. Well, should I do a live reading? I could do that. Oh, man. That's going to be good. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? We'll get the book, and I'm going to recruit people to play the different parts. Who's going to play Vanessa? Who's going to play Ophelia? Who's going to play whoever? Cody. We got to have all these players. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. But what a coincidence, right?
That's
and the district attorney knew all about that. Yes. Thank you. Danny Rodriguez says, hi, how are you doing? From a puro pinche tejano in California. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Get ready for my hot lady summer, for my first hot lady summer. Finally.
But you want to be Manny, really? Okay.
We'll see.
Good luck with that.
Nobody should be getting mad. No, no one cares. No one cares. I told you. Only the haters don't care. And even the haters are lovers. Even the haters love me. The only people that don't care are the people that show indifference. Indifference is the only thing that's not love. Hate is love. It's just a different way of loving. Love is love. Hate is love. Indifference is not hate nor love.
Hate is a different way of loving. Hate is a different way of loving. What do you think, kid?
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. A bullshit.
Yeah. No.
It's fucking indifference, and that's worse than hate. So, all right. I love y'all so much. Okay. Lavonda, hi there. People ask questions for different reasons.
Lori, sorry to hear that. Hope you feel better. Pain sucks, I know.
Because I'm more evolved. Yeah, I am. Bye.
There's still 10 minutes
I'll
left.
for a little bit, and then I'm just going to. I'll see you in August. You should sing a Tejano song for. I don't know a Tejano song.
Oh God, she's not
Like
gonna sing, is
Tex-Mex
she?
song? Barbara Scott says yes. Either can be an obsession, love or hate. Hate is love. Hate is love. Hate is love. They refuse to admit how much you influence them, how much they are attracted to you, how much. The only difference between the people that love you and that hate you are the people that love you admit it, and the people that hate you hate that they love you. That's the only difference. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There's a reason that I'm smiling.
Thank you, 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 thank you.
Sonia Martinez says my great uncle is from the Valley. Freddie Fender. I love Freddie Fender. Did I bring my other phone? When the Last Teardrop Falls. He's written like 3 of my favorite songs. I love those songs.
That is a good
He's
song.
an icon. That's awesome. Sonia.
Sad, it's a slow
awesome.
song. But it's a good song.
That's awesome.
Is she getting all emotional now for some reason?
Y'all, hug the people that you love. I forget, because I'm not a hospice nurse. I did that for a little bit, and I was like, oh, I can't do this. I'm an empath. I can't do this. I'm all about like healing and making people better, and and something happened the other day. It happened actually this morning.
Okay, so that's a bullshit story. Because first she said something happened the other day, and then it actually happened this morning. How do you? Come on. A lot of pauses. Watch. Nothing happened. I promise you.
You know what? Let me tell you something. So I saw this couple, right? And I met this couple, right? And they're in. One lady, her birthday she just barely turned 71, and the man is like 80, right? And I could have sworn if somebody would have asked me, how long have y'all been together? If somebody would have asked me how long do you think they've been together, I would have said
Here. I'm surprised. I was going to say cue the violin music. You know, you got to squeeze your neck. See if you can get moisture to come out of your eyes. Try that. But squeeze real hard right here. Like real hard. And maybe you can get moisture to come out of your eyes.
Y'all, hug the people that you love.
Here we go. Listen.
I forget, because I'm not a hospice nurse. I did that for a little bit, and I was like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm an empath. I can't do this. I'm all about, like, healing and making people better, and, you know? And something happened the other day. It happened actually this morning. You know what? Let me tell you something. So I saw this couple, right? And I met this couple, right? And they're in, one lady, her birthday she just barely turned 71, and the man is like 80, right? And I could have sworn, if somebody would have asked me, how long have y'all been together? If somebody would have asked me, how long do you think they've been together? I would have said, I would have bet everything that they've been together for at least 30, 40 years. He's 80, she's 71. Do you know how much hope they gave me? I told them, I said, y'all have been together for a long time, haven't you? And they were like, we've been married for 5 years. I was like, oh my God, wow. You could never even tell. There was the love that those two people have for each other. You couldn't even tell. You couldn't even tell. It was as if they've loved each other for years. The things that I saw them do for each other, and just the way they treated each other, it was with so much love that gave me hope. I'm a romantic at heart. Romantic at heart. That gave me hope. Wasted days and wasted nights. Yes. Yes. That's one of my favorite songs. Wasted days and wasted nights. Yes. So anyways, 5 years. I said, how'd y'all meet? And they were like, well, I was going through a divorce, and I was like, 71. She was like 65 when she was getting a divorce, and then he was a widow, and it's like, oh my goodness. She was 65, and he was 75, and they love each other like they're each other's person, you know? Like, those are the kind of people that you want, you know, to be like, you know, if you're in the hospital, it's like, you know, the people who get the best treatment are the ones that have the nosiest loved ones. What's going on here? What's going on here? We have questions. We love our person, you know? It's amazing. But yeah. Thank you. Bye. Oh yeah. Hey baby, ¿qué pasó? I thought I was your only vato. That's a Freddy Fender. Who is the one that sang, who were you thinking of when we were making love last night? Was it a good looking stranger, a good friend of mine? Who's saying that? It was the Texas Tornadoes, right? I remember I remember being like 10 years old, and my parents were like they were always playing that all over the radio and everything. I remember. Anyways, I love y'all so much, okay? fine. Yes, Lavonda, she says, well, dang, there's a chance for me. Exactly. I was like, for real, y'all have only been together for 5 years? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, this was the kind of love that was, man, the things.
See, when she's telling, I'm going to go back just a little bit. When she's telling a story like this and she can't get anything out, like tries to say, yeah, man, and then she'll change the subject or jump to something else or in a different direction. That's how you know somebody's full of shit.
It was, man, the things, oh my God. That's the kind of caring and consideration and the thoughtfulness and the love that I saw. You never hardly ever see that from 5-year relationships. So I was like, oh my goodness, I still have time.
She still has
Although these
time.
are my prime years. It's okay. It is the Texas Tornadoes, right? I remember thinking that song. I was like, oh my God, what a scandalous song. Who were you thinking of when we were making love last night? Was it a good-looking stranger or a good friend of mine? I will never forget. Yes, I'm still in the nursing field. I'll be in it for a long time. I remember distinctly listening to that song when my mom and dad had come to visit during the holidays from California, and I remember they got in an argument because my dad loves Lone Star beer, and they don't sell that in California, or I don't know what, but he filled up the whole flatbed with it, and she was not happy. And I just remember hearing that song and then looking at all the cases of the Lone Star beer in the back of the car, and how they had gotten in an argument, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Yes, we believe you.
Thank you. Gracias. Bye, y'all.
Your love's what I need. Your love is what I need.
So, do you think she's leveled up? Is she leveling up? Does it feel like she's leveling up? Was there any evidence? Was there any evidence of leveling up? Was there a hint of leveling up? The only leveling up I noticed is that she didn't use the violin music, all that stuff that she always plays. That's her favorite song, right? And I bet when she was trying to make herself cry, she was thinking, man, I should have had that music on. I should have had that music on. I should have had that music on. Now, will she deactivate? Not that we care, but will she? She hasn't yet. She said sometime in the next 24 hours. So by 9 a.m. tomorrow, she said she'll deactivate. Do we care? Not really. Now we have to wait till August or September to see this marvelous leveling up. that's supposed to happen. Stay tuned. So maybe you think she would transition from surviving to leveling up, the next stage in life. I think it's time to take that next step. You've been surviving too long already. There's nothing to survive. There's nothing to survive. Now it's time to level up. Go to the level up. Make it a whole other book. First, there's your survival book. Now there's your leveling up book. Like, make it a series. Maybe Netflix will pick it up and they'll turn it into a docudrama based on the book by Vanessa Tiarina. First, she was surviving. Then, she leveled up. That would be funny. So, we'll see if she's back. Don't forget, please subscribe on YouTube. Manny Behind the Mic on YouTube. If you care to tip the jar, if you enjoyed the program, drop a few coins in the bucket on your way out. Thank you so much. It's Cash App, the same, at Manny Behind the Mic. $ Manny Behind the Mic. I appreciate you all. Tomorrow's a new day. It's Friday. I hate when people say that. I don't know why I said that. I freaking hate when people say that. It's Friday. What? President Trump said, the United States will defend itself and it will defend Israel if Iran retaliates. This is going to be interesting. I think Iran needs to take their losses and just stay out of this one. Iran, this is not going to go well for you. Even if the U.S. is not involved, I think Israel is going to annihilate you. So I think you should take your lumps, go recover yourself, and So anyway, let's see what happens overnight into tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow evening. I don't know, maybe 9 o'clock is a good time. Thank you all for being here. Hey, have a great night. Make love, not war. I had to say that. I'm not a hippie, though. I don't know. It felt like something cool to say. Thanks for watching The Hard Truth. See you tomorrow.